Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pipeline Podcast, episode 31. I am joined today by the one, the only, the fabulous, the amazing reaction channel, member of the Council of Creators, 10 billion views on TikTok, Draven Mayberry. Draven Reacts. How's it going, my friend? How's it going?
What's up?
Welcome to the show. It's been...
Yeah.
Well, it's been a day.
We talked about coming on here for a while, and every time we plan something, I always fumble the bag. So
it's been completely okay, and I think it's funny because this is about a year and a half kind of in the works, and then yesterday you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna come on tomorrow and today. So it's like, you know what? It's got some double dose of Draven.
That was
sounded kind of weird, but I'm gonna go past that.
D.
Welcome to the show, buddy. Obviously, I work with you on Council of Creators. I worked with you on Party Nation a little bit. And I'm always very excited to bring the Council people over here. One, it's very, I already have that kind of established connection with these people.
Friendship.
I don't have to meet them for the first time. But also, it's really fun to have a more one-on-one conversation with some of those people, because Council's whole template is it's a whole group of people sharing their opinions at once, which is really, really great. But it's also fun to have those one-on-one conversations. And I feel like we're kind of the Disney guys of the Council group, because I don't feel like there's anyone else within that group that is kind of into that stuff.
Yeah. It's not always a good thing.
It is interesting because we're going to just kind of hop in, because we like to start our show with a creator spotlight, which is just me kind of asking you a couple questions, getting to know you a little bit. But I do think the environment around the Disney adult is an interesting one for sure, because I feel like it's one that's only happened within these last 5 to 10 years, really. This stereotype against
Well, look at all the streamers that go to Disney, and those guys are. I only go once a year.
Sure,
that's not a Disney adult. Some people go every day. So
I feel like there's a group of people where it's oh, those are the Disney adults, and then there's people who are adults who like Disney. I feel like there is a separation there of the crazy people. And then just oh yeah, I like Disney movies because I grew up on them and then grew up. I do think there's a difference there.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to ask you a couple of things. I wanted to talk about obviously your reaction channel. You've been doing this in the game for a while. How'd you get into YouTube? When was your transition into this space?
Okay, so do you want from the very beginning?
I mean, how'd you get started?
My first ever video is Minecraft.
Minecraft, okay.
And I'm coming up on my 10 years having my YouTube channel as a whole. So, I mean, I haven't always been posting. There was a time in high school where I stopped posting for 3 years because my dad didn't want me to play games, or wanted me to focus on school instead of staying up all night. So I've done I had a Minecraft stage. A whole game, my whole channel started on gaming, for the beginning, Gary's Mod, Call of Duty, Minecraft. And then I started doing some vlogs and stuff. And then I really got into G Fuel, trying to get sponsored by them, that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then now it's so easy to talk to those companies now. Whatever. That's besides the point. And then I saw a No Way Home trailer. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just watch this. I was like, boom, that's my first ever trailer reaction. It's No Way Home. So
amazing. Yeah, I feel like the reaction community, I've realized, I think that's a community that everyone wants to be a part of, but so many people struggle to break into. So if someone watching was hey, how does someone get into that kind of, I don't want to say industry because that's not what it's called, but that kind of space, what advice would you give those people?
Ooh. That's hard because now it's so saturated and populated.
Yeah.
There are so many people that want to do it because it's easy, easy views. You could post a minute and get 1 million views. Advice. I would say consistency is probably always going to be key in making videos in general and stuff. So I post a video at least once a day. If not, well, today I posted 30, but that's besides the point.
Sure.
Just consistency, keeping at it. Don't give up if you're because I've had those days. Like I was full-time streaming like 3 years ago, and then I had to get a job. So like I kind of quit streaming, and I always like regret quitting because like I really liked it. But now I just changed into making videos and just keeping at it every day.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like I think it's a world that, like I said, everyone wants to get into, but since it is so oversaturated, it's hard for the ones to stand above the crowd. It's hard to be like, oh, that is the one that I will be watching when 50 people just made the same, not the same exact video, but like on the same general topic.
Yeah.
So that's definitely very interesting. And like,
if you're not the first to do something, like it'll get like suffocated.
Sure. Do you ever find it hard to make yourself feel individual among all of these other channels that are also trying to do it?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I got like my own personality. Like I'm like always screaming and like hyper. And if you know me, you've seen me on console, so I do some crazy shit. Sorry. Am I supposed to swear?
Oh no, you can swear.
Okay.
Shit.
I don't know. Like I scream and stuff in my videos. Like I'll jump up on my chair and like dance. Like I'm just like kind of like outgoing on my videos. Like, but I'd still probably do this stuff in person too. So like I'm kind of the same on camera and in person. But
well, that's good. Like you're being very authentic to your own personality. And
trust me, bro. I go to work and I'm like, guys, go check out my video. It's insane.
That's incredible. I also wanted to ask you, and obviously not specifics and stuff like that, like that's very personal, but you recently, in the last, year and a half or so, became a father, which is probably a very special feeling. And this is the question I always like to ask parents when I bring them on the show. I asked Lance a couple months ago, but is there a thing that you love that you have either shown them or hope to show them in the future that, like, this is something I love, I want to pass this on to you?
Oh man. Well, I took him to the park recently, and that's fun. I showed him how to go down the slide, and now he's like jumping down that thing. When he was like a year and like 2 months or a year, we kind of like we were watching Deadpool and Wolverine, and he's kind of just like sitting over on the side, just like, and like this is the most quiet he's ever been, just watching. And I feel like a terrible parent showing him that, but man, it was a good time.
You traumatized the poor boy.
I'm very excited to show him like movies and stuff. Like that's what I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
But like, and like playing Minecraft or something. Just
Minecraft's
even taking him to Disney. We've already taken him twice, and he's not even 2 years old yet. So
that's fun. Like that's fun. Like I don't know if a parent's something I ever want to do, but like there's always that part of me that's like, oh, I'd love to show someone this thing I love or this thing I love and this passion I have. I'd love to pass down to them someday. Lance, I'm not bringing up your comment again. I'm not doing it.
And he's really like, he's starting to get to that age where he's starting to like take my stuff off the shelves and push my DVDs back. I'm like, dude, you need to leave. You need to pack your bags and you need to get out of my room.
Get out of here.
Like I walked in one time and all my DVDs scattered all across the room. And I was like, I love you. And I picked them up and I put them in the living room in front of Mickey Mouse.
This one's yours. This one's Dad's toys.
Yeah.
Leave these ones alone.
It's fun though.
No, you hear all those stories about like collectors of things and like kids like ripping up the comic books that are worth hundreds or like Funko Pops or whatever.
Luckily, I don't like collect like that. So I'm like I have Funko Pops that he can destroy, and I really don't care because I have like like on the ground that he can grab is like Donald Duck in a Halloween costume, and those are like the ones up over here on top of the shelf. Those are the more rare ones, but
sure.
And I keep the ones that are really rare up on the. Okay, Lance, what's up, buddy?
How's it going, buddy? Yeah, we're gonna jump into today's episode. We have a couple of news stories I want to talk about. One of these I saved for this week because I was very excited to talk to you about it. And it's a Pixar story from good old Coco. Sequel to Pixar's Coco is officially in the works for potentially 2029. So you tagged me in this. Like the first time I saw it, you had tagged me, and I was like, Coco? Okay. What's your thoughts on this?
Bro, I'll be 27 when that comes out. Oh my God, will I cry probably during that movie. I love the original Coco movie. I think it's one of the best Pixar movies probably ever. It's like up there with like Toy Story 3 and like all those. I mean, all right, hang on. I have another hot takes coming soon,
Okay.
but
I'll give it to me. Go ahead.
Coco's great. It's amazing. It is just and the music in that movie and the colors and just something about Pixar films just make me like even like DreamWorks, like Wild Robot. I was bawling, dude. Like I uncontrollably, like it was bad. And I was like one of the only ones in the theater, so I was letting it loose, just sprawled out on the chair, just crying my eyes out in my popcorn bucket. It was bad. But yeah, no, I like it. I'm a little hesitant because like they don't really need a sequel for it because kind of ended on a perfect note. So I mean, maybe he'll be like, I know the actor is older now, so I mean, it kind of fits the. I mean, he kind of grew up with this character basically. So
sure. This is a thing because we are definitely heading into a new, I think, Pixar sequel era. I think after the success of Inside Out 2, that is going to, not to say we won't have original movies as well, because we got Hoppers coming up. We have Elio
I'm excited
this year, actually, a couple months. Yeah.
Whew.
Very excited for that. But I do think this is going to lead them to be like, okay, we need to do more sequels again.
Hey, bro, honestly, I like sequels, bro. Like, I love Finding Dory, bro. I think it's better than Finding Nemo. That's my big hot take.
That is a crazy one. Holy shit!
It's fun, bro. I like the.
It is fun.
Like the aquarium. Like I like Dory driving a freaking truck. Like, come on, man. Ooh. Or I think Dory drives the truck. Maybe
he does. Yeah.
Someone else. Yeah.
Or like the octopus. I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like that movie. It's good.
A couple years.
Is Encanto Pixar?
Encanto's Disney.
Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. They're all Disney. But yeah,
they're all under the same branch. I do think like a couple years ago, several years ago, like 10 plus years ago, someone at Pixar had made a statement once that has kind of always stuck with me. And they were like, we don't really like making sequels that much. We make the sequels for we can afford to make the projects that we do like. And that really stuck with me. I was like, okay, I can respect that. I know as a studio and as a brand, they need to make money. And sometimes things like Elio, things like Elemental and stuff like that aren't going to do as well as like a Toy Story 5 or a Inside Out 2 or even a Coco 2. So I can understand why they're doing this. I do agree. I can't get too excited yet, I feel like, because this was never like one of my like all-time favorite Pixar. Like I think it's very, very good. But I've only seen it once technically, and you know, it's one I can't get super hyped for yet. But I think I'm going to need that, like once that trailer comes out, once we kind of know what the general idea is, the vibe is, does it warrant a sequel? I think that's like a valid question of like, out of all of Pixar brands, and I think Pixar's really, really good at creating these massively huge worlds where if you wanted to, you could do a bunch of sequels. Monsters Inc. is a movie, you could have like 12 sequels and it would work, you know, Finding Nemo and Inside Out.
Waiting for a Monsters Inc. sequel.
I'm very surprised
they haven't. Yeah.
So like this one, I don't think is inherently like sequel generative, if that makes sense. It was like, oh yes, they need to do another one of these. So I'm going to be very curious to see what the whole vibe of this is going to be.
Yeah.
Is there another Pixar movie that you think would fit better to get a sequel over this one, or are you happy that it's like this is the one?
Well, obviously Toy Story 5. I don't think that needs a sequel, but I don't think number 4 should have been a thing, but I like some stuff in that movie, but WALL-E maybe could get a sequel.
That's a huge
Ratatouille maybe too. I could see something they cook up.
Sure.
I mean, that is my favorite Pixar movie ever. So you know what? I'll be fine with whatever they do with Ratatouille. I don't care as long as I see Remy on the big screen.
Yeah, I think Incredibles 3 is probably the best move. Like I think out of everything, that's the one I would want the most.
That's gonna be good.
Monsters Inc. I think is a valid one. What up, Jose? How's it going? Maybe some of the newer ones. Like I loved Elemental. I think that's a world I would love to re-explore.
Me and my wife both cry like babies watching that.
That's fun.
Oh, that's a good movie.
It's very fun. So I'll be curious about this.
Elio sequel. Let's do it.
You know what? Greenlit it already. Give it a go. I do wonder about the whole 2029 thing because they had said 2029. That was on their thing, and then they deleted that tweet that said that. I was like, either we weren't supposed to know that yet, or maybe it's not true. Maybe it's 2028.
2030, 2037. That's when Coco 2 is going to
Yeah.
They're going to add 10 more years.
That would kind of make a little bit of sense because, like, what? Okay, wait, what? 2025 now. We have Elio this year. We have Toy Story next year, which will be 2026. I assume maybe Incredibles might be 2027. So maybe Coco could be like a 2028.
They're not doing a D23 this year, I don't think. So
no.
So I don't know when they're announcing all this stuff.
Maybe that's why they just announced it in a tweet and not like, at a convention in front of millions of people or whatever.
Yeah.
Lance says, how did you all feel about the prequel for Monsters Inc. and the sequel show, Monsters University? I love Monsters U. I think it's great.
Is that a show or is that a movie?
Monsters University is the movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Wow, it's very fun. And then they did like a sequel show that was like Monsters at Work. It was like
I never saw
channel.
That.
Yeah,
I saw the trailer for that one.
It was fine. Like, it was fun. Like, I didn't hate it. It was obviously for kids.
I liked Cars on the Road. I like that one. That
was fun.
Good.
Yeah, it's cool. But thanks, Lance, for the question. Okay, we're gonna be moving on to our next thing here. Now, this is I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because we talked about it for 3 hours yesterday. But I have to bring it up. I wonder
what he's talking about.
I don't know. This is kind of like a subsection of what we talked about yesterday. If you guys want to hear our thoughts on the whole Disney Avengers 5 thing, go check out the whole stream. We had a great fun with that. More Marvel characters are yet to be announced after Marvel's 5-hour casting event yesterday. So I think that was one of the biggest things coming out of that is they announced 28 names. We thought it was going until like midnight. We were like, okay, we're gonna be here like forever. It's gonna be crazy. They only announced half of the announced names for this movie. Are you happy about that? Are you glad that there's characters that we don't know about yet?
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
Okay.
See, man, I really want Tom Holland to be in this movie. But I mean, I'll be fine with it if he's not. If they're like filming Spider-Man 4 and he's doing his own thing while this is going on,
yeah,
I'll be fine with that. Just give me like a street level Spider-Man movie. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Like, I was really curious about the whole Tom Holland thing because he was going to be the Odyssey, Avengers 5, and Spider-Man 4 all filming this year. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot on anybody.
If they'd announced like Charlie Cox is in this movie, I want everyone in it, bro. I just go crazy. That's my boy.
How would you feel if they were like, listen, guys, Tom Holland's busy filming. He can't do it. Yo, Andrew Garfield, get over here.
Dude.
We need a replacement.
God. That would be awesome. I mean, even to like Toby.
Yeah.
Or I don't care. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
That'd be so funny if like we can't get that one. We got this one instead. It's whatever. People like them both. Whatever.
I wonder
how
they're gonna announce like other characters that are gonna be in the movie. I just like random tweets probably or something like that. I don't know.
I'm wondering because like CinemaCon's next week. I know some people have been theorizing that. I think they might wait. I think what's going on here is like this is the cast that's going to start filming in a couple weeks. These are the people that we need to avoid, or like get out of the way just in case they're spoiled online through leaks and stuff. And then they will probably, in a couple months when they're filming some of the other stuff, once other cast members are coming in to film various things, then maybe they'll do another event like that. Or it might be too late by that point, but maybe Comic-Con. July, we have San Diego Comic-Con. They might be like, hey, bring out the rest of the cast on stage, or at least some of the cast on stage. That would be cool. Pretty crazy.
What they did with Robert Downey Jr., just bring the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how crazy it would have been if they like all the X-Men that they announced yesterday? They just like, hey, come on stage, like one by one, just come out on stage. Nuts, crazy. Yeah,
that's crazy.
What are some of the biggest stars that weren't announced that you really want to make sure they're in this movie?
Mark Ruffalo probably is one of those big ones. I don't even know. Let me hear. Hang on. I saw a list. I saw a list on Twitter.
Yeah.
It makes it easier if I can see. Because honestly, I don't know all the Marvel characters.
That's valid. I think while you're looking up, like I think you're right with Mark Ruffalo. I think like especially like there's Shang-Chi, right? It was very established that Hulk, Captain Marvel were kind of some of the people still operating in some sort of Avengers fashion, right?
Doctor Strange is one of those.
Doctor Strange is a big one, yeah. Which that was also an interesting one because he was like, "I'm not in this movie, guys," and then he said, "Oop, I'm wrong. I am in this movie." So I assume he's in it. Like it's a multiverse movie. I think you kind of need
I
Doctor Strange.
want Elizabeth Olsen in it.
Yeah,
I don't know if she will be.
sure.
I want her though. Charlie Cox is Daredevil. I would just throw him in there. Fuck it. Maybe Nick Fury.
Be cool.
Kind of surprised he won't be in a Marvel movie. He's usually in all of them. Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. War Machine, maybe.
War Machine's a big one for me. Like
I'd
argue
Robert Downey Jr., they like know what they look like and stuff. So
yeah,
like, that is going to be interesting.
Especially if Tom is not in it. You need like a deep emotional connection.
I am so glad Tom Hiddleston is in this movie though.
That's fun.
Oh my god. I want to see him come face to face with Doctor Doom, bro, because that's going to be crazy. And I hope he doesn't die again for like the 4th time.
I think there's a lot of potential for Loki finally coming back, right?
They gotta kill people off. Like, I think it's bound to happen. Especially like maybe like these X-Men characters. Like, I don't want them to die, but like, I mean, Professor Xavier is one of the strongest like superheroes. Like,
oh, please don't kill him again. You've killed him 3 times. We can't do it again.
Well, maybe kill him in a way not like him. How did he die in the Multiverse of Madness? He just like
cracked his neck. They snapped his neck. Yeah. And then he died in Logan, and then he died in the Dark Phoenix movie.
I never watched that piece of poop. Is that the one with Sophie Turner in it?
No, that was Last Stand, the 3rd of the original X-Men movies. No, but I agree. Like in terms of deaths, like I really hope it's not Loki, because I think
I need to reunite. I need Thor and him to reunite.
I think Thor might die. I think we might do it.
Hey, they do the Deadpool thing, you know? Oh, Deadpool's one of them too. I want him to be in it. Yeah. And Hugh Jackman. Yeah. Fuck, I forgot about him. Yeah, no, I think Thor could die.
I think we have a reverse. Yikes. And it's Loki holding Thor in his arms this time around, and this full circle moment of like he did redeem himself. He is good. Can you imagine Loki in like an Avenger suit? Like having it be a full circle moment for him being the villain in the original. That'd be crazy. Freaking nuts.
This movie has so much potential. I'm just like theorizing about it is so cool.
Yeah.
It's like we have no idea what's gonna happen.
No idea. No, like anything.
Dude, I just like I want to see a fight with Doctor Doom versus just everyone, bro. Like that would be so fucking cool. Like I don't even know what all of his powers are, but like bro's strong as fuck, so that'll be crazy fight, bro. Like that'll be even crazier than it's just to think if it's even gonna be crazier than Endgame, and that was already fucking insane.
It's gonna be a high.
Doctor Doom can literally rip Thanos' skeleton out of his body. Like, yeah,
it's gonna be a high. Like, I'm curious just about like because I think Doomsday's gonna be more isolated, right? Like I think in terms of the cast, are like, okay, this is the mainstream story. I think Secret Wars is when you bring everybody in. I think that's when it's your cameo fest. It's everybody that they've introduced.
If Nick Cage comes out as Ghost Rider, and oh my fucking god, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
I don't even care that those movies are bad. Those are fun movies.
You're gonna have Toby, Spider-Man, and Hugh Jackman.
Toby fighting behind like fucking Hugh Jackman, like Charlie Cox coming out of nowhere as Daredevil, Punisher with 2 fucking LMGs. Like, come on, bro, bring everyone. I don't even care. Sure. That shit's gonna be crazy. Who is the villain of Secret Wars? Dr. Doom is, right? But like, doesn't he have like anybody else? Like,
I'm not an expert on the comics. Like, I know some stuff, but like I'm not actively reading them as much as I can because I like to be surprised for the movies. And then
isn't like a Spider-Woman in that movie too? Like, or in the comics?
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. And like that's it. And then like and then a reboot, right? And then like
soft reboot at least. Yeah, then it's the Mutant Saga, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm ready. I think yesterday's announcement proves I think everyone's kind of ready for the mutant saga to begin. Like we've been waiting so long for that era to start up. Very excited for that. But our final news story here I want to talk about until we kind of get into our main topic. Are you a Scooby-Doo fan at all?
I like Scooby-Doo. I don't like Velma. But I like Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I like the
Sure.
original Scooby-Doo
Gotcha.
show.
So a new Scooby-Doo show is in the works. Live-action Netflix Scooby-Doo series is officially moving forward. This is a story we covered about a year. I guess it's been about a year ago at this point. It was being pitched around. We heard some things about it. I've always kind of liked the idea of like a live-action Scooby-Doo show. It always gave me like, I know you're not a fan of these kind of shows, but it always gave me like a Riverdale like kind of CW kind of vibe to it. Well,
I only like one CW show, All American. That's the only one I like.
Sure.
All the other
But
ones
like, I feel like the like teen drama Scooby-Doo show could be really cool in theory. Like, I feel like if you like that or not,
and
I feel
Netflix,
like
so
it
do
is
some
Netflix.
cool. They probably do some like creepy shit if it's like rated a different rating than like a cartoon,
Sure.
like just like PG-13 or even like rated R. Give me like a rated R live action Scooby-Doo. That'd be sick, dude.
That's why Velma was so like frustrating, because it's like the idea of like an adult Scooby-Doo show in theory is cool, right? Because you have the potential of doing some really cool stuff in that medium.
The way they changed all the characters, like I'm fine with them doing like stuff like that, but like I'm fine with race swapping and like all that, but like I don't know, that show just sucks balls.
Well, yeah, because they're not the Scooby-Doo characters anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they are fundamentally new characters that you created. And I can relate to the struggle of trying to get people to watch a new show. I get that, right? It's hard to get people to be like, hey, a new show with new characters you've never heard of, watch my thing. And this is a clear example of that, of like, they didn't want to make a Scooby-Doo show. They wanted to make an adult animated show with new characters, and they slapped that label on it. And I get it, it's hard. But when you are dealing with characters so beloved as Scooby-Doo and Velma and Shaggy and stuff like that, it felt like it was in such bad taste. And especially when you have scenes that are just like making fun of that original, like the source material itself. Very similar to that new like Powerpuff trailer that came out recently, where it's like, they clearly don't like Powerpuff. They're just using the IP, you know?
I uploaded that video so many times, it got taken down so much. I literally had to jump through every loophole to get that thing up. Yeah, that trailer is awful. That might be one of the worst trailers I've ever seen in my life.
Pretty bad.
Oof, it's bad.
Pretty bad. Yeah. But yeah, no, like this is I kind of like it. Like, I think if you can hit like honestly Wednesday. I think Wednesday's like a good vibe for a show like this, where it's like creepy.
And even like Stranger Things, like they got some fun moments and like creepy shit. Like,
sure,
I mean, that show's crazy. That's like one of my favorite shows ever. But like, do something like that with like Scooby-Doo. Like,
yeah, no, like lean into the like horror element, lead into like your like murder mystery weekly teen drama with these characters, almost like Mystery Inc. I haven't seen that show, but I feel like they kind of invented like reinvented the formula, making it a little bit more grown up. I
watched a show called Pretty Little Liars when I was like younger. I think kind of like that. Like, they had people die in that, right? Or like one person, I guess, died and they're trying to find. I mean, the whole series is about who killed like Allison or something like that. I don't really know. But I actually didn't mind that show, the first couple seasons at least.
No, of course, yeah. Like that's the vibe I've been imagining, where it's like, I know I said CW and they have like a bad rap, but they do have like a large history with like Supernatural and like Pretty Little Liars, like Vampire Diaries and stuff like that, where it's like the like teen genre.
Pretty Little Liars CW?
I think so. Let me look it up.
That's crazy if it is. I thought it was Netflix or something like that.
Oh no, it's way before Netflix's time.
I also was attracted to all the girls when I was in like middle school, so you know, that's another reason why I watched it.
I think it was CW. Lance would know if Lance is still in the chat. Where did it air, Lance? I don't know. I can't find it, but it was either like CW or like NBC or one of those network shows early in the camp. But no, this is exciting. I'm excited for this. I'm curious to see where this goes. I think this is another show that will be a big I don't say blockbuster, but like a big title for Netflix, especially when they're in an era of losing a lot of. Yes, and like again, like I feel like they need a couple more because like they just wrapped Umbrella Academy, they're about to wrap Stranger Things, they just wrapped Cobra Kai, they're about to wrap.
I'm waiting for that trailer.
Squid Game.
Dude. Once I get that first Stranger Things teaser, oh my gosh, I am gonna be like, because I know that teaser is gonna be crazy. Oh
no, you're right.
And like Cobra Kai's already done too, so like, ooh.
Do you think that's gonna live up? Stranger Things 5?
Bro, they make every season better than the last. Like it's crazy. I know some people that are on council don't like that show, but it's very good.
So can't wait for Stranger Things 5. I agree.
He's from my channel.
Hi. Hello, welcome. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I hope they can stick the landing. I hope it I love Stranger Things. Like I don't think there's a bad season necessarily.
I can't believe it's been like 3 years since season 4, which is insane. Because I still watch like some clip, like when Mike is telling Eleven to fight. That scene gives me like chills and like I know what's his name? Who plays Will? Who plays Will?
God.
I know he said Noah Schnapp. I know he said
Noah
like stuff off like camera and stuff, some controversial shit. But he's one of my favorite characters. I think he's great, and I feel really bad for him that he's going through like.
I don't know why he did that. That was so freaking stupid. Blossoming career in front of him, and he just. But yeah, no, like I'm excited. I mean, I'm with you. I prefer season 3 and 4 over 1 and 2.
Season 3 is the best season. That's my opinion. Season 2 is my least favorite.
I agree.
Also, that episode like 8 or 6 or whatever with that girl. Yeah. That is the most useless episode of television history. I swear to God.
I think that's even better.
But the first season's great too. Like, if I had to rank them, I know we're on Stranger Things. I mean, 3, 4, 3. It's hard. Those two are so close. But like the Billy fight and, yeah, it's good stuff.
I'm not a fan of the Exorcist franchise, but do you think Mike Flanagan's going to reveal anything at CinemaCon? Are you a fan of that franchise at all?
I watched Believer in theaters. It wasn't very good. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that. Like, I'm not like the biggest horror guy. So like if I see something that's like pretty big, I'll check it out, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to like, oh my God, I'm not gonna sit like it's not like the Superman trailer. Like I'm gonna be like at home waiting for that trailer to drop. And I already requested off work one of those days for next week. The Nintendo Direct I requested off.
That's gonna be fun. I'm excited for that.
My wife wants to watch. I'm sending her a link. Hang on a second.
I'm curious about the CinemaCon though, because I feel like a lot of people are going. There's a lot of like hype around it. We might get a new Superman trailer.
It's usually pretty big.
Yeah.
Like the second is when they're supposed to do the Superman trailer, which I'm so glad they like have the stuff later in the night, so I'm actually home and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's like that Thursday, so yeah, Superman trailer. Maybe I hope we get like an Avatar Fire and Ash, something like that.
Oh, you're right. Are we getting like a Five Nights at Freddy's or something?
Yeah, teaser.
Did you say that? Yeah.
Yeah, teaser. Oh, I love that first movie. I'm not gonna lie, it's like a guilty pleasure.
It's fun,
but I hope they make this one rated R. Like,
I think
because like that's what lacked in the last one. Like you had all these deaths and stuff, but you didn't show like anything, and it was pretty sad. But still good. I love Josh Hutcherson. So
Wicked for Good could probably have a teaser or something too. That's maybe November. Yeah.
Is it still Wicked for Good or is it Wicked? Did they I thought it was Wicked Part 2. Oh, it was Wicked Part 2.
It was Wicked Part 2. They switched it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's good.
But yeah, and if anyone else has any more questions, we can answer it. But look, we're going to be moving into our main topic here, which is Snow White. Now, man, this has been such a weird couple of years for Snow White because let's start off. Like, do you like that original movie at all? The one from like 1934?
I mean, it's like the first ever Disney movie, so it has age.
Sure.
Like you watch it now compared to like Coco or something like that. Like obviously it's gonna be way different. But yeah, I mean, I was fine with them trying something. Maybe do like a animated Snow White film, like a new one, like maybe like something. Something, not this.
Sure. I have many thoughts on this movie. Like, I came out of the theater feeling very conflicted because there's a lot in this movie I actually liked. There's a lot that I really enjoyed. And then on the other side of it, there's a lot of things that I thought was awful about this movie. That was just plain out terrible. And like, that's hard to review and like navigate when talking about it, especially a movie that going in had such an uphill battle, right? Like, when there's any faults to a movie like this, those kind of people are like, hey, look, it was bad this whole time, we were right. And it's like, yeah, but not for the reasons you're saying it's bad, for other reasons within that camp.
Are we gonna do like pros and cons?
Sure. Yeah. No. Like
we can start with totally... like pros. Just get right into it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Jump. Rachel Zegler was great in this movie. I think
Rachel Zegler,
very surprised. I think she's great in like everything. Like I liked her in Songbirds and Snakes or whatever it was. I liked her in that movie.
West Side Story.
I like Hunger Games. I never seen West Side Story.
Okay.
So, but I think she won. Didn't she win an award for that movie?
She won, I think, a Golden Globe, and then it wasn't her, but her co-star won Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars. Like that. Like that's the thing that I love about Rachel Zegler that I think is so interesting. Is like her first acting role ever in her life went to go win an Oscar, which is crazy to me. Like she just kind of rolled out there and became a star.
When she's on the screen, like her facial expressions are crazy good. I mean, she's like all out. Like, when I watched Little Mermaid, I think she's also up there with like I think Halle Bailey. Yeah. I think she did a great job too. I think those are both really like. But Rachel Zegler, man, like, oh my gosh, I watched that and I was like, wow, I'm really surprised because like what she says off camera on the interviews and stuff is wild compared to how she performed in this movie, and it's crazy.
I always defended all of that stuff personally because I never thought she's wrong necessarily, right? Like, are there weird things in Snow White? Absolutely. There's some things that don't age well with that movie. And I think ultimately what she was saying is like, hey, we're changing some things from the source material. And those people on the internet, like they do, just wouldn't let that go. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to make 3 years worth of content off of this one piece of dialogue. Same things that other actresses who have played Disney princesses have said, like the actors for for Cinderella said this. I think Naomi Scott also said something very similar. It was one of those things where like people were just hyper fixated from her from the start, and that
I felt bad for her honestly because dude, my comment section was filled with just terrible things.
Yeah,
like oh my god. Just bad, just really bad, like death threats, and like I'm like, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bad.
Lord Farquaad.
Okay, that's something I actually do want to bring up. I like because the hair was a thing.
Yeah, the hair. I mean, not saying she does look like Lord Farquaad, but you know,
the hairstylist didn't do her justice, and I could actually justify that if they worked it into the narrative, right? Because technically, she is a peasant girl in the movie, right? Like that is what the evil queen has reduced her to. So I could be like, you know what? Okay, yeah, like she looks like that because she works in the, she works outside, she has to do all this stuff and blah blah blah. If it fixes by the end of the movie when she becomes queen again, right?
Yeah.
Or you princess or whatever it is. But it doesn't. It like you have the end scene and she's still going out with it with the I was like, oh okay, still looks like that. All right.
I liked all the set designs. Like I think the green screens were pretty good too. Like I didn't really notice a lot, but I thought I liked the set. Like the house was really cool. I actually liked the dwarfs. I thought they were pretty fun.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I kind of like the claymation CGI. It looks funky weird, but I would have liked actual real small people, but you gotta do what they gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, let me go over both of those because I have thoughts on both. Because I agree on the first part. Like I think like cinematography wise and like how there are shots in here that look genuinely beautiful and gorgeous. Yeah. Like there's some shots that look like art, and that's what's so special about the original movie. Like, that movie has a lot of flaws. What makes it special is because it was a piece of artwork. They spent hundreds of hours on the backgrounds and like how beautiful it was and all that jazz. The dwarfs, I had a harder time getting into it. And
they were fun though. Like, I liked the way they talked and like the way they.
Oh yeah. I like character wise, I also really liked that. And there's one thing in like in particular I want to talk about in a second. But I think like look wise, while not awful, and I think as you get into the movie a little bit, like I start to like not notice it as much. Like you kind of get into the rhythm. It's very like Polar Express, you know, where it's like sometimes looks a little funky to look at, and you know that's a greater argument of like should they have just kept the real actors? I personally think maybe they should have, you know,
probably.
Like I understand what he was going for when you know he spoke up against them as like, hey, like we shouldn't be treating all of us like this just because, you know, we're not just fictional characters, and I get that. I really do. But also those are the roles you took to get to the place in your career that you were. And now you've taken that away from 7 new actors that could have used that to further their career, and now they don't get to do that. And then replaced by like A-list celebrities using their voice talent.
I think one of them is actually a small person.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one though. Not sure who it is, but
it would have been cool at least if they could have kept those actors and been like, hey, can you voice act? Like, you know, let's just keep you as those characters or whatever. Like
that would have been fine. I would have been fine with that.
That would have been better.
They didn't though. They did not.
I did really like Dopey in this movie. Like I feel like
good.
Yeah, I feel like some of the dwarves I feel like didn't have a great personality. Like I kind of wanted them to explore more of their personalities and stuff like that. Some of them feel kind of bland sometimes, but I think
like everyone. So Dopey, I think his name is Doc, right? Dopey, Doc, and then Anger. All were kind of the standout dwarfs, I think. Happy was kind of there, but the other 3 weren't really a thing. Like I didn't see Sleepy or whatever. I didn't see him. Like Sleepy, that's his name. I didn't see him do much at all. But I mean, those are the main 4, anyways. Like Angry, and whatever. So.
Sure, and like that's also a thing I think in the original. Like, you know, a lot of them start to kind of blend together and stuff like that. And I was curious, like, is that going to be one of the things you try and fix when you're trying to reboot a movie like this? Not a huge complaint. I understand it's hard to make 7 individual characters feel separate and unique. But I did really like what they did with Dopey. Like I feel like Snow and Dopey have a dynamic there that just wasn't there in the original. I feel like both characters are someone that haven't been able to utilize their voice due to them being secluded in their general spaces. You know, I think, you know, Snow's going through a thing of like, well, I express myself through my voice, and that's been like quieted over, you know, my entire life. I think Dopey goes through that. I think they are able to relate to each other via that. And like, I know people have been memeing it, but like, I really like that scene at the end when he finally is able to speak up. He's like, he's inspired by her bravery and stuff like that. That's very good. I think that's a very good lesson to teach kids. I really do. Like, I think, you know, we're grown men talking about it on here, but like we do have to remember, I think people forget, it is technically still for kids, right? This is made for them. I think that's a lesson that is very important to be like.
And I think kids like the movie. It's colorful, it's fun.
No, like 100%. Like I think
a kid's not gonna know like Gal Gadot's facial expressions, and
sure,
we'll get into that in a second. But
no, for sure, like I think it's a good kids movie. Like I think, especially in terms of like, where does it sit for you in terms of other live action reboots? Because for me, I think it's kind of like at the halfway point, because I think it's like, this is what I've been saying. I think it has some of the best stuff in these movies, and I think it's some of the worst. And then when you combine it together, it's like, oh, it's juggling both sides.
I've seen like all the live action like remakes. I don't think like Little Mermaid is probably one of my favorites. I actually really like that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But what else is like a live like Alice in Wonderland maybe is up there?
Alice in Wonderland. There's a Cinderella.
I didn't watch Cinderella. Didn't watch that one.
There's a Lion King. There's Mufasa.
Okay, I liked Mufasa. I liked
Mufasa too.
That was a good movie. People
Depends what you
I've
count
always
as.
wanted a brother. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Because it depends what you count as a live action reboot. Because like my favorite's Christopher Robin. I think that's great.
I've never seen that either. I don't think I've ever
Oh,
seen the original movie.
Oh, Christopher Robin's fantastic. Jungle Book.
Wait,
I
Christopher
really
Robin,
love.
is that Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've never seen that.
You have Jungle Book. You have
Oh,
Cruella.
yeah, Jungle Book's a good one too. We
Jungle
watched
Book's
that
good.
one while we were in Florida going to Disney.
Ooh, that's
That's a
fun.
good one. I was drunk,
Peach,
but still.
Peach Dragon's an interesting one because I count it, but it's already technically a live action Disney movie, so I guess it's not like a live action reboot. It's a reboot, but I thought that was good.
Oh, Lady and the Tramp is pretty bad.
That was. It's just the same movie. I don't know. Like that's my biggest pet peeve is like when you just make the same movie, but live action. It's like who gives a shit? I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say that about like Little Mermaid too. Like, I mean, they have like a couple different things. Like,
I would argue Little Mermaid changes quite a bit though.
the
Like,
one song that the Prince sings, or like
Sure.
that song is great. That's like one of Uncharted Waters. That's a good
Mhm.
song. I had that on my playlist. I was listening to that.
I think that's like that's something I love because it's like okay, what's not great about Little Mermaid? Okay, the Prince Eric doesn't really have much of a personality.
Yeah.
It's like okay, we're giving him an entire subplot. We're expanding on these elements that we weren't able to do in the hour 30 animated movie that you can do here. Aladdin kind of just does the same thing for me, unfortunately.
Never seen that either.
Maleficent's fun.
I don't think I've seen like. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say this. No, I'm not gonna say
Okay.
this. I was gonna say. Well, okay, I'll say it. I don't think I've ever I've watched Aladdin, but I don't remember anything. So maybe I was like a little kid when I watched it. So like, there's some of those that I haven't like ever really watched because I've never really been like interested in watching. But I've heard Aladdin's like great. I just don't remember anything in that movie. I can't even name the villain. I don't even know what his name is.
Whoa.
Wait, it starts with a J. Starts with a J.
Jafar. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd probably do well on your channel and stuff. I feel like those old like Disney.
Yeah, I've wanted to react to them, but I just reacting to movies is kind of
it's hard. I get it.
Sucks. I don't like editing them at all. So if I had an editor, a good one.
Chandler said that A Little Mermaid was his favorite. That's very, very fair.
Yeah, Chandler, I remember you talking about that when that came out.
Hollywood tried to make an original IP challenge. I mean, we've talked about this a lot on here, where it's like, yeah, but people don't want a new IP. They want the same thing over and over and over again. Like it's what we've told them we want.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why it's like so hard because like you create a new IP like Elio, and then it flops at the box office. But people wanted an original project. It's like, guys, come on.
I was so pissed.
That is how you create the ability to make another sequel. Is you go and you watch like Elio. Or Hopper, or support that Win or Lose show because that was fucking great.
Yeah,
like it's not hard. What are stupid.
It's very frustrating. Like at D23 last year, everyone's like, "Where's all the original content?" Like they just announced Hoppers. They gave us stuff for Elio. You didn't give a shit. You didn't care. You
everything was original at one time.
Yeah.
Got to give it a chance. Like Wall-E was original at one time. Who would have thought that a fucking robot looking at a plant would turn into fat people getting off their ass? Like,
and these are the same people that are like, who asked for this? It's like, what do you want? Actually, what kind of movies do you want?
Can't make anyone happy. You can't make everyone happy. That's the thing. Absolutely. Like I'll be happy with anything Disney. Fuck it. I don't even care. Like I'm just this Disney simp. I'm a Disney simp, not an adult. Maybe I'm a Disney adult, a little bit, but
I mean, that's a good transition to things that maybe you didn't like so much. And I think we agree. Gal Gadot, man.
Oh man. Just I don't even know. Like her song was so bad. Like I was like, okay, I saw a movie called Into the Woods in theaters once.
Sure.
I walked out. That's the only movie I've ever walked out of. I did not like that movie at all. Because that's like singing in that one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a Broadway show.
Dude, I was like cringing listening to her sing. And I don't know why. It just was not good.
It wasn't good.
I don't know if it's her like she's a pretty woman, but I don't know if like her face is just off in it or like I don't know what they did. It's just weird.
Gal's
attitude, her kind of attitude while she sings it, and like I don't know.
Gal is an actress that I felt like for years I was trying to defend to a point where like maybe it's not all that bad. Like I would argue the first Wonder Woman movie.
I
She
like
kills
that
it.
movie. Yeah, that's
She's
great.
amazing.
That's her best
Yeah.
role.
Yeah,
And
like
then
easily.
swing and a miss. Every
And
other movie she's in.
like when the whole like Kal-El no stuff came out for like Justice
Kal-El.
League, at first I was like, it's
Bro,
not that bad.
my comment section is filled with that.
And then Wonder Woman 2 and Death of the Nile, and it's like time and time again
Is
it
that the one
keeps
with The
getting
Rock in that one? Is The Rock in Death of
no,
the Nile?
no,
Yeah, that
that's
was Jungle Cruise. Sorry.
that was Jungle Cruise. Yeah, that's like a murder mystery movie with like Gal Gadot that people
Oh, I
were
didn't watch
clowning
that one.
on.
Is it the same kind of Death of the Nile? Is the same as like the death on the express or whatever? Like the train? Is that kind of in the same realm?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
I don't know.
I'm dumb.
No, it's fine. But yeah, no, like and like again, like I try not to shit on people's acting too much because I can't act either. Like I hate being like you suck, and then like I can act.
I could not go.
Yeah,
I could barely be on here without getting shaky.
yeah, like I have sympathy for actors. I think what they do is you have to be incredibly talented to even audition. But this might be one of the worst performances I've seen in a movie, at least in a long time. It's
a hard watch.
It is.
It's a hard watch. I'd never watch this movie again for a long time. You have to pay me, I think, because I'm just like not interested. Like, there's so many other better movies,
and it sucks because like we just talked about things that we liked that we thought were good. And every time we got that good, I was like, this is really solid. I'm liking this. They cut to Gal Gadot, and I was like, God damn it. You've lost the momentum of your movie. And which was so hard to review it because it is good. There are elements that are really, really good here. That's just, it's just
Who was the last evil queen? Or is this evil queen or is this, this isn't Maleficent,
This is
right?
the evil queen, yeah.
Okay, who was the last evil? Was there like a thing before that? Like, why am I thinking of someone? Never mind. Continue on.
Maybe
I'm thinking of like actual Maleficent because they kind of like look similar, I guess, in a way.
There was a Maleficent movie, yeah.
So,
I mean, you like other studios have done like the Snow White story. Like you have Mir and you have the Huntsman with like Chris Hemsworth. I don't know if you've seen the show, but like Once Upon a Time ran for like 7 seasons, and that had
my siblings were watching that, but I'm not interested.
Sure, that's fair.
It's kind of like CW.
It's that
like
shows
those like I feel like those shows like to me are just like kind of cringy. Like
sure,
but I mean I also watch random like I mean The Walking Dead is not cringy. I will say that's a great show. Continuing on to Snow White. Sorry,
no. I mean I feel like Once Upon a Time at least needs to be brung up in the conversation of this movie a little bit because those two projects have done the same thing, or it was their goal to do the same thing, and that's to reinvent the Snow White story to the modern audience. And it's very interesting to see people praise Once Upon a Time for what they did when they were doing the same things about like making Snow White It's actually interesting because Once Upon a Time makes Snow White almost like a warrior, like this badass independent woman. And I don't necessarily think that's what this movie does necessarily, right? Like they don't make her a warrior of her people. She's
aren't
still
they normal like people in that one though? Like aren't they like I watched it and it's like kind of in like our time period, right? Is it like
it's mixed, yeah. It's like they start in their world and then they get transported to like the like real world and stuff like that. But yeah, like I think that did a lot for the Snow White character and stuff like that. And I think this does that to a point. Like I do think it does modernize the character in a good way for the most part. Like I think every time. What's your thoughts with like how they changed Snow White as a character? Like, do you think they did a good job translating her to the modern day? I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, Rachel Zegler, she's great. She did a great job. I think it was pretty good. I mean, I've seen a lot of people saying she's not Snow White because she's not white or something like that. But like, I think she did a good job, and I think she did a great job bringing it to our.
Sure.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of the point of the movie. I think in many regards, it was like, oh, she's not the prettiest one of all, and it's like the whole point of the movie. And again, this is a lesson that is supposed to be towards kids, is that the beauty isn't on the outside, it's the inside. Like that's the whole theme of the movie. And the Evil Queen's whole thing,
she's rotten in the inside.
Like her whole thing is that she's insecure about, I don't know if she's 14 in here, but like a 14-year-old child. Like that's the whole point. That's another thing to bring up about the Evil Queen that I think is interesting, is that they try and retell the whole story of Snow White when it comes to the Snow White, the prince, which maybe we can talk about in a second, the dwarf. Like they fundamentally change those characters, which is great. They don't try to change the Evil Queen at all, which I feel like is a character that probably needed to, because the criticism of that original movie is that she's a very bland antagonist to Snow White, right? She's just there because she's jealous. That's really the gist of her arc. And I was so curious to see, like, oh, how are they going to, like, change the story to the modern day? And they don't. Like, they don't even try. She's like, yeah, I'm evil.
Sorry.
I'm evil for reasons, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. No, they didn't do a good job with her.
And, like, not to go back to Once Upon a Time, because I know you said you don't like it, but, like, they ditched that entirely. They're like, well, that's a little silly that she tries to kill her because she looks better than her. There was like, oh, like there's a whole thing of like Snow White accidentally killed her boyfriend. It was a whole thing, and I think it works a lot better when you're having to like make a 7-season show. You have to add more to that. But I was like, this is like a $300 million production. You're putting all your resources into a project like this. Insane. I kind of expect more when it comes to some of that.
Okay,
stuff. I don't know.
So you put $300 million into this.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to take a second.
Sure.
Avengers Doomsday has to be way more. Like, there's no fucking way.
Sure.
You have 50 like cast members actually in that movie, dude. God, it's got to be like 400,000 plus. Mm-hmm. Like, actually, I know Brave New World was something like 300,000. And
sure.
All right.
No, I mean, I think that's a good point to say. Like, there was a lot of production stuff behind this.
I don't think this movie needed to be $300 million. Like, if you have like actual small people, cut like a shit ton of money out of that. Probably. I know CGI is a lot of money, maybe.
Sure. Well, yeah. That's like that. That's the whole thing, is because they had filmed all that stuff and it was scrapped. All of it was scrapped. So they had to do it again. They had to do so much of that movie again, which is why I think it was probably around the like 200 million. It probably went up to like 300 million.
Oh, really?
Which is why
I didn't actually know they like actually filmed with small people.
Oh yeah. Like the whole movie was done.
I'd like to see that version.
There's there's photos of.
I've seen the photos. I want to see the actual, like, if they could ever give us like a cut of that.
Yeah.
The Zack Snyder cut. Snow White.
I think if you keep those actors and you get rid of Gal Gadot, you literally put anybody.
Who else?
Anyone. I'll do it. I don't know.
Who played Maleficent in the movie? What's her name? Yeah, put her as the Evil Queen.
I mean, have it be someone I've never seen before. Have it be someone like a new actor, like anyone. Like, I don't want to say this. Like, I don't want to say this, but like they casted her because Gal is beautiful. That she's like a beautiful woman, and like I obviously there's more to her than just her looks. I get that 100%, but you casted her because like they searched up who's a beautiful woman in Hollywood. They saw Gal Gadot and they casted her. Which
when that first Wonder Woman movie came out, I put her as my background when I was in like 7th grade because I thought she was so hot.
Yeah, objectively.
Now after watching this movie,
yeah, it's unfortunate. Like do you think she's done in Hollywood now? Do you think Gal is?
All right, I will say I feel really bad because I think her star got destroyed or something like that. Like after. Ooh, that's not good. Why would you guys do that? Like,
yeah, that's
mean, bro. Because you work your ass off to get that star. Like,
yeah, no, like definitely don't.
And I think it's because she's like Israeli or something like that, and
there's some controversy
like
behind her. Which,
I don't know.
there's some not good things about her right now, but also maybe don't ruin her, stuff in real life. Like I get that. It's tough. Like I want Gal to be.
I don't think she's done acting though. Like, I think she'll still have like roles in like maybe like Netflix movies or something like that.
Sure. I hope she gets a role where she can creatively get better as an actress, you know, like something that allows her to grow. Like give her a director that can be properly director, because that I think is the biggest problem. It like this movie felt like she gave the first line delivery, and then they're like, "All right, that's a wrap. Let's move on."
I
Like it's like,
hope that it's not the same with Rachel Zegler. Like, I hope she gets more roles. Like, I know she's in that
yeah,
Y2K movie, and like everyone's like,
sure.
okay, her career's over after this movie. I
I
really,
don't think so.
I want to see her in like more stuff. Like,
I mean, like the whole like every review that had come out was like Rachel Zegler is the best part of this movie,
yeah,
and I was like, yeah,
that's
yeah,
literally what I said in my review.
yeah, she's great. Do you have a favorite song in this movie? Chandler said that "Waiting on a Wish" was his favorite song.
That's a good one.
It is.
I actually have that on my like Apple playlist because I like that one so
The
much.
songs are great.
Maybe that
I think
one.
soundtrack is great.
Yeah, maybe that one. There's
Sure.
not much memorable like music that like except the OG songs, but like they changed them so
Sure.
much, so it's like really different. Definitely not a Gal Gadot song, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely not. I really liked Princess Problems, I think that one was very very La La Land. That's something else I do kind of want to bring up here though, because the prince is gone in this movie. Like the original prince, which wasn't really a character in the original. He just shows up, kisses her, and leaves. Like, not a character in that movie. So
Yeah.
I was very curious how they were going to revamp that, and I like that they literally crumbled him up, threw him away. We're like, we're starting from scratch. We're starting over, different character altogether. This is a criticism I do have of the movie, because I really like that character. I think they did a really good job at him. I think Rachel and this guy has loads of chemistry. I like that they gave her like this like Robin Hood-esque character that like helps her with the rebellion and really, sees her right. Like that stuff is great. That's fantastic. It is a similar problem I do have with that original though, where it does feel a little rushed. This is a problem that a lot of Disney movies have, where it's like, okay, they're getting along very well, but it's like you go from we hate each other to we're falling in love the next scene, which does feel a little off jointed to me, where it's like, I get you only have a certain amount of time, but I wish we could have had a little bit more time building up to that.
See, I felt like this movie was a little too long.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I mean, I think the original, how long is the original? Like an hour and a half?
It's like 120, like 110. Like,
Like
it's really short.
this,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like this one was like 2 hours and like 10 minutes, I think. I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I felt like it was a little too long, but
like 140.
They could have focused on a couple more things than like.
It's interesting because obviously they wanted to capture everything that people love about the original movie, right? Like they wanted to include all that, but they also wanted to change things. So they had to introduce all of these new elements, which I like. I like all these new elements, but they don't have time to execute them all, in my opinion, which makes them feel a little empty, right? Like this whole subplot, like with this guy, great in theory. I like it. Like there's some really good scenes where it's like, I think you are calling what I do privileged problems just because you don't want to address trying to help people. That's a great idea. That's a great element to include, especially in a kids movie. That's a great lesson to teach kids, but you don't execute it. Like that's the only time they talk about it. It's like, man, that would have been really cool. And then when you keep in the like, him coming in to save her with like the kiss of love, I don't feel that when that happens still. Like I don't feel a deep connection between those two before the catalyst of the movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about Gal Gadot in the way that how she died at the end, or like, I was like, that is such a Disney way to go, like getting like, you know how they did it in like Transformers, Age of Ultron, when the dude like, or is that Age of Ultron? Yeah, when what's his name, the guy that hates Ryan Reynolds, he gets like, what's his name? He like is online all the time talking about how Ryan Reynolds like, no, what the fuck is this? I'm gonna look him up. Deadpool. He's in Deadpool 2 and Deadpool 1, but he's not in Deadpool 3. what's his name? TJ Miller. How TJ Miller like hates Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds. He dies in the same way in Age of Ultron or Age of Ultron. What the fuck am I talking about?
that's why I was confused.
Oh my god, I am
I was
just
like, right. I was like, wait, Ryan Reynolds
Age of
in
Ex- What is the movie? What is it
Age of
called?
Extinction?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay, I
me.
gotcha.
Fuck me. I'm so stupid. Okay, Age of
You're good.
Transformers Age of Ultron. We'll just go with that. He gets like the grenade thrown at him. He fucking like scorches and turns. Same
Sure.
thing that happens. Like she looks in the mirror and she's like ugly as not. I can say she's ugly. She's not ugly, but like her inside's so ugly that she just crumbles and gets
Sure.
sucked into the mirror. I don't know. I felt like it was just a Disney way to go.
It was, yeah. It was. I liked it in theory. Like, I think the idea that like she dies from her own like jealousy and like pride. I think like that's good. It also kind of just happens, just like all of a sudden. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't even know what happened. It felt like. Honestly, it felt like a sequel thing where it's like, oh, she'll be stuck in the mirror and then she'll come
Yeah.
back for a sequel, and it's like, it's probably not getting a sequel, unfortunately.
When I saw the mirror on the wall, all I thought was Shrek 5. That's the gosh, dude. Transformers Age of Ultron. That is so fucking funny. I'm just
That's good.
fuck me. I'm embarrassed.
It's good. No. It's completely fine. I also like the whole like connecting her to her community stuff. Like I think opening the movie with like showing her as a kid, like
Yeah,
interacting with like with her town folks, which like again like adding that entire subplot of her having to like rise up and defeat the queen and blah blah blah. Like I thought all that stuff was good. Same overall issue though of like I wish we could have spent more time on it. I get it can't be too long. This can't be a TV show. We have to move stuff along, but little underbaked here and there. But I like the general idea and what they were going for with that whole subplot. Anything we haven't talked about yet that you want to bring up that you think is worth mentioning?
No.
This
movie is kind of just a mixed bag. Like
it is a mixed
got
bag.
some good stuff, some really terrible, disgusting, shitty stuff.
It's definitely the biggest mixed bag movie I've seen in a while. It's definitely, and I think
it's just like the whole wrap of like everything that happened on the outside of it came kind of into it, and then like it all combined together. And Rachel Zegler is still a star, so whatever.
Yeah,
move on to the next project.
Moving on. Yeah, no, like I'm glad it came out. I'm glad Rachel was the best part of it, but I'm excited for her to be able to move on to better stuff. Hopefully away from that toxic community. Hopefully a project that people care less about.
I hope she felt like I saw her during like the premieres and like hanging out with all the kids.
She loves
like,
this.
Yeah, she thought it was great. I just hope like they're both not getting just like bombarded with. I mean, I'm assuming they are getting bombarded with like comments, like nasty comments, but I hope it's. I don't know how it feels to be a Hollywood actor, so I don't know how they. I'm sure it's pretty easy not to like look at that stuff, but still, I mean, probably have that. You look at comments.
Stay offline for sure. Like I do wonder about that because like Rachel used to do YouTube. Like she used to do like covers on YouTube and
that's the same with what's her name? Tate McRae. I think she used to do covers too. Now she doesn't get a bad rep because everyone likes her, but
sure. But like that must be like a weird experience going from like I'm in high school making my own covers on YouTube to like being one of the most talked about women in Hollywood at the moment. Like that must be an interesting transition. And I wish her the best. I'm curious about kind of like the future of these live action reboots. Like it feels like they were slowing down for a couple years there, and then now they're picking back up from like Mufasa to Snow White to now we're getting Lilo and Stitch in a couple months. About a month actually. So
I'm excited for that movie.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited for that.
Good.
Looks fun. Draven, thank you so much for being here. This was a blast.
We didn't talk about the Minecraft movie.
Do you want to talk about the Minecraft movie?
Kinda.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna get my thoughts out.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, it wasn't on the roster, but go on ahead.
How long do you usually do these for?
For however people want to be here. It depends on the topic. But go ahead. There's no rush. Go ahead.
Well, I kind of want to talk about Avengers Doomsday a little bit more too, as well.
Go for it. There's no rules.
Let's just talk about Avengers Doomsday.
I'm down.
So, okay, what was your favorite casting? that you think is going to be insane to see? Like,
It has to be James Marsden for me. It has to be. That Cyclops is one of my favorite Marvel characters. I love Cyclops. He was so disrespected in those movies. So to see him come back, hopefully get that yellow spandex suits
to me,
and
my X-Men
to lead the X-Men. Like I know you said that you wanted Hugh Jackman in this movie. I hope he doesn't come back to Secret Wars because I want him to be the X-Men of that movie. I want him to have that like Hugh Jackman got to star in Deadpool. Like, you know, he was a star of that movie. I want James to be one of the stars of this movie. I want him to shine.
I hope they're not like. I hope it's not like a multiverse of madness type thing where they just die right away. I actually hope because like we got these like 4 teams. We got Thunderbolts,
yes,
Fantastic Four, Avengers, and X-Men.
Yes,
and they're all going to be doing their own thing, and then finally at the very end, big ass fight. Obviously, Doctor Doom survives, so that's where I feel like I gotta see some deaths. Like, there's got to be deaths in this movie that's going to happen. Like,
yeah,
fuck. I mean, I feel like James Marsden could die.
I hope not. He doesn't deserve that, but maybe.
No. Obviously, I think all the Fantastic Four will survive.
Of course.
I don't even know who are the Avengers in the movie. I mean, Thor could probably die. That could be like a really big death in this movie. I think that could be like one of the main guys that die. Seeing the Thunderbolts here too, I could see maybe some. I mean, you can kill Ghost off pretty quick. Taskmaster's still dead. We don't know what's going on with Taskmaster, but I'm assuming that Taskmaster is probably going to die pretty quick here too. Yeah, there you go. Namor's cool because I saw like a comic of him and Sue Storm or whatever.
There's a love triangle there inside the comics.
I still think Loki's really cool. How they're gonna, I mean, he's the timekeeper of the multiverse, so like, right? He's the keeper of time, right?
Yeah, he's doing something.
So I mean, he's got to be a big role in this movie. I would assume.
I wonder if he's the MacGuffin almost. Like I wonder if maybe that's the movie. It's Doctor Doom going after Loki to, like, I don't know, to kill him or to take out his thing, and like the whole movie is them going after Doctor Doom or to protect Loki. Maybe.
Yeah,
I can see that.
The Avengers. Okay, so if I look at this list, I think the Avengers, like the Avengers roster that we have here, is pretty like low key, pretty weak. I'm not gonna lie, it's weird. Yeah. Like, and Baku, I could see because Shuri. I hope we get like a Black Panther 3. I'm assuming that's probably gonna be a thing at some point. Shang-Chi. Yeah. He's cool. I'm so glad that he's getting his flowers and he's gonna be in this movie because I want to see him kick the shit out of Doctor Doom with the 10 rings on. That's gonna be fucking cool. Obviously Captain America. He's gonna be probably leading this group of Avengers. Ant-Man. Cool, I guess.
I think Ant-Man's dead.
Really?
I'll be shocked if Ant-Man don't die in these 2 movies.
Damn, that's crazy.
Here's why.
Okay, who do you think is gonna die? Or actually, just tell me your first thought, and then tell me who you think is gonna die.
I think Ant-Man dies, and here's why. Because, you know, Secret Wars is kind of your like resetting moment, right? Like, you bring people in, you bring them back, you recast. I think Ant-Man dies, and then post Secret Wars you bring in Hank Pym, which is the original Ant-Man. I think you bring in like a young Hank Pym, and like that, and that, you know, that will be like a tragic like death that you can have, and people will cry and stuff. I think Thor dies as well. I think Thor dies. I
mean, it's gone a long cycle.
Yeah, maybe Loki. I mean, sorry, maybe Buckeye. Buckeye. Jesus.
Bucky.
Bucky. Yeah, I can see Bucky.
If Bucky dies, I'd actually probably cry my eyes out.
Oh, you know what? Red Guardian's a dead man, I think.
Red Guardian, I could see die. Yeah. Saving Yelena or something like that.
Sure.
Ghost, I could see dying.
Oh yeah.
U.S. Agent, I feel like they might not kill him off. I feel like he's still got a little story to tell, but I feel like he could be another one to kick the bucket. Sentry's not gonna die, I don't think.
No.
Beast, The X-Men is weird because I don't see a lot of like I could see a lot of them dying, but then again, I don't like, bro. These are all like such profound characters.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Like it's hard to kill off Professor Xavier again. Magneto's a badass, so I don't think he'll die. Gambit, bro, like Channing Tatum as Gambit is fucking awesome. I would have been fine with Taylor Kitsch as well. Both of them I think are awesome. James Marsden okay, Baker. Come on, bro. Snaps the finger. No. Do you think it'll be like an Infinity War type thing where something like that happens?
Maybe. I've kind of like thrown
so
around
weird.
the theory of like maybe there's a reason there's no Young Avengers casting yet, because maybe this team gets like captured or vanished or something happens to them, and then the Young Avengers have to be like, well, I guess we got to go save them, kind of thing.
I think the strongest group here is definitely the Fantastic Four. I think there are guys like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of them are gonna die. Like, I mean, they're in Secret Wars. Like,
sure. I mean, you could technically kill them off and then bring them back via like secret, like restarting of the universe and stuff like that. So technically,
I think this Pedro Pascal, this Reed Richards is gonna be a big character. I also like. They gotta like the next couple movies have to introduce Doom. Like I feel like either like an end credit scene in Thunderbolts or
Fantastic Four. I think.
Yeah, Fantastic Four is an obvious one that they probably should introduce Doctor Doom. Maybe even at the end of the movie they introduce him after they get sent to. I mean, after they fight Galactus and they go to a different universe or something like that. But Fantastic Four. I mean, how many movies do we have until this movie?
Thunderbolts. Fantastic Four.
Not Avengers. A lot.
There's two.
So we're getting all of these. It's hard.
Unless something happens in a show. Okay.
The thing is, I don't think so. You built up Thanos for like 10 years. Like, I mean, obviously you didn't build him up like that. Like, he's not in all the movies, but like all these characters you build up. Like Iron Man, you built up like for 3 movies. Captain America. I mean, Captain America's the best. Got the best movies, I think, in my opinion. They're all built up, and like I feel like they're kind of throwing us in like we don't know what's gonna happen. That's the thing. Like I have no fucking idea. Thunderbolts, I think, is gonna be a fucking great movie, and I am so excited. I don't even when does that come out? Like 2 months from now or something?
May.
Like that?
Yeah,
bro. Like out day one. That movie is gonna be fantastic.
I think what you just described is what they were worried about, where they're like, okay, we don't have enough time to make another Kang to build someone up. That's why they casted Downey, because they know.
Sad, because
I would have rather
wanted Jonathan Majors as Kang, bro. I think I'm so disappointed in him that one thing came out like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
fuck you, bro. Come on, like you had so much in front of you. And I think maybe in the future he can come back to acting, but like I love him he's in like a great cowboy movie. He plays in Nat Love in like a cowboy western, I think, on Netflix. How Hard They Fall. That's a great movie with him in it. And I think he's great as Kang. Like, dude, he looks just like Kang. Like, obviously that movie fucking sucks balls because he gets taken down by a bunch of ants, which that's just dumb. It's hard. It's really hard because they're not building him up. Like, you got to build up Doom, bro. If Doom is the most powerful villain ever, like it's kind of, you're in a tricky spot.
I think they have enough time, right? If
Captain America didn't do shit for me.
I think if both, what is it? Doomsday and Secret Wars, if they're both about 3 hours, I think you can just have him be in there. Like I think you could tell his story in there. They could pull an Infinity War, because why Infinity War is so great is because that's a Thanos story. That's a story about him at the forefront. And I think if they do that here, they'll be okay in terms of like telling his story.
I'm just trying to picture this movie like with all these characters on the big screen that I'm going to be just sitting and watching. And like, I want a packed fucking theater, and my theater's not that big.
I do too.
I'm so tempted to just drive 2 hours to go to like a bigger city and watch this with a group of people that'll fucking scream, because that's what I want. I live in like a town that's not big at all, and maybe still that could happen, but people don't go. I went like 3 people were at Snow White. Obviously, it's not as big as like a Marvel movie. Like 2 people were at the Wild Robot, and that movie was insane.
Yeah.
Um,
my Spider-Man No Way Home.
that one is
screening,
packed. That one was packed. Even like the Flash was pretty busy for my theater.
I had 5 people in there.
For No Way Home.
No Way Home.
That's sad, bro.
I was so pissed. I was ready to have I went into like a screaming audience. I was like, oh, this sucks.
I'm gonna go to a bigger theater because I hope I'm big enough at that point where I can get invited to like a premiere or something like that for that. Because dude,
crazy.
Even like thinking about Secret Wars, that is like every character that like we love for like ever on the big screen fighting Doctor Doom, and that one would be fun. Just thinking like the possibilities of Toby fighting with Andrew, fighting Doctor Doom with Hugh Jackman, like fucking have Gambit ride on Hugh Jackman's back or something like that. Like I think they did that in X-Men 97 or the opposite or something like that. Just it's kind of crazy to think. Jesus, I reading a comment.
You had me in the first half. You had me there. But which character, Bigger Boy? Are we going Kung Fu Panda? We going Minecraft? We going School of Rock? Lots to choose. Or Bowser. Bowser would be pretty hype, actually.
I'm excited. I think Thunderbolts is gonna be great, and I think Fantastic Four is gonna be fantastic.
We have the opportunity to be on like a generational run. Like
I'm still sad Captain America did not live up to my expectations. If they fixed a lot of some stuff and like took out some stuff, a lot of the CGI was really bad in that movie, and that kind of took me out of it. Like him landing on the ground, I felt it was like the first scene when he lands on the dirt, so fucking weird. I thought it was really bad. And like the cherry blossom, just the green screens and shit. But yeah, no, just the new crew, seeing that we can get more people casted in this movie. Still sad that Tom Holland might not be in it, but if he's in doing his own movie and during this thing, and it's gonna be after this movie, then I'm down for that as well. Obviously, he's still filming like the Odyssey as well, which it's gonna be good too.
Spider-Man is a big part of the like Secret Wars storyline. Like that's a huge thing for him. So I would bet he's maybe a main character of that movie. So it's like leave him out of this one for now.
So weird. Doctor Strange, like he's got to be in this.
Doctor Strange is in here. Yeah. What characters that aren't announced yet? Oh wait. I already asked that. I'm sorry.
Doctor Strange.
But Doctor Strange.
It's weird if Hulk's not in here, but like I want a fucking good Hulk, dude. I don't want smart Hulk.
That's what I think Secret Wars will fix, to be honest. I think post Secret Wars,
you got me like an Edward Norton Hulk, bro. Like
that'd be nuts. That's
what I want. Like I want him to grab 2 fucking cars and smash them together and turning them into like the fist thing that they do in like the games, and that he does in the Incredible Hulk. He does that in the Incredible Hulk. He grabs 2 of them. And I mean, fuck, just still throw in Charlie Cox, bro. Anywhere, put him anywhere. It just him. Yeah. If I saw Charlie Cox on the big screen as Daredevil, like, did you see those photos that we were putting in council chat?
I did, yeah. I don't want to talk about it on here just because leaks, but
that suit looks fucking awesome. I won't say anything, but it's crazy. There's a lot of stuff that could happen.
Jeffrey, this shows whenever I can get people on. It's whenever I schedule people, and this is when this one was scheduled. Honestly, this is not a movie-related news, but I'm really excited for the Switch.
Chandler, I got off work, bro. I might be streaming it, so quick shout out.
Agreed. What games do you think they're going to announce with it?
Mario Kart 9. That's probably a big one. I don't really... If they drop like another Zelda or Silk Song, I know everyone's kind of waiting on that because it's been like 7 years or something like that since that got revealed. So Silk Song's probably a pretty big one. I'm not a big Nintendo guy, so give me another Cuphead game. Fuck it. Or another Cuphead DLC. Or actually, give me another Cuphead Netflix show. That's what I want. Also, actually, big one here. Give me a Super Mario Bros. 2 like title tease or teaser. At the Nintendo Direct. Be like, okay, this isn't it. Here's a little teaser for
sure.
And it's just like, it's a me, Mario. And fucking you got Wario or something like that comes on the screen.
What, little over a year, right? Because it comes out next Next
But that
summer,
movie,
actually,
I mean, that movie's great. I like the first one too, and I think that could do really well.
I want to look up because I think it's like it might be next May, so we might be a little over a year.
I think people are gonna be. I really hope we see some. Like I know Jedi Mike is going to CinemaCon. I'm so jealous of people going to CinemaCon. I want to go to these cons so bad, but like it's so hard to do with my life. Like, because I mean it's hard to pick up and leave and go somewhere that's like by myself. I feel bad leaving my wife as well, because she wants to do that stuff too. Like if she really wants to do a movie premiere, she think that would be really cool. But
that would, yeah.
I really hope we get like a title tease for Avatar, Fire and Ash. That's like one of my most anticipated things. Like I love The Way of Water. I cried like a baby, even though that movie's not even that sad. I still cried like a baby when what's his son's name? Atiri? No, that's the girl. Whatever. When the kid dies, I cried. Ooh, I never even thought about like a
new Smash Bros would be kind of crazy.
That'd be cool. What is oh, fuck, what was I talking about? Damn it, I totally lost my train of thought. I was cooking too. Fuck. Oh, CinemaCon.
Yeah.
Warner Bros. Superman probably will get a trailer, hopefully. Because, I mean, they got to start ramping that up. I don't think we'll see another Fantastic Four trailer until May, maybe.
Probably after Thunderbolts, yeah. We'll probably get one right before Thunderbolts.
Avatar, Fire and Ash. I think that'd be really cool to show off. Maybe something for like a title like announcement for the Harry Potter series. Maybe. I know it's not a movie, but it's a TV show.
I don't think they've even filmed yet, so probably not.
Okay, probably not. Fuck. I guess they just casted, or they're like in talks to cast people. They're in talks to cast the guy from Shaun of the Dead as Hagrid.
I saw
think
that.
of what his name is. Super Mario Bros. 2, maybe. There's a lot of movies coming up.
What comes out end of the year?
Disney stuff. I don't know, like what we could see from Disney at CinemaCon.
Maybe a Lilo and Stitch again, right? Because it's not that far out. We could see a new one for that.
I don't know.
Supergirl, maybe. Lance.
Fuck, never mind. Fuck, I always think of these TV shows. Damn it. Forgot
Lance
it's like
mentioned,
movies.
The Michael trailer, which I think we'll probably get. I think that's likely.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Love Michael Jackson. Oh man, that movie's gonna kick ass. Oh. Let's move on to Minecraft.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, it's kind of all over the place.
No, go ahead. Have fun.
All right, chat. What are we thinking about the Minecraft movie? What are our thoughts? I saw I posted on Twitter today a photo of the chicken jockey zombie thing, and he's jumping off the ropes of a woodland mansion like cage, and people are saying it's kind of like a Nacho Libre type thing here with like a little spider. This movie, I will say, the marketing is pretty damn good. They're doing a pretty good job at like bringing people in, because like people think it's stupid, and that's kind of like a good thing, because like people are going to want to see how stupid it is. And obviously Minecraft has a huge following, so it would be really sad if this movie actually does flop, which probably will not do as well. But man, dude, you know how many kids love Minecraft?
I think I don't know if it will anymore, but like last year I said it was going to be like $1 billion movie, because
I don't think it will.
Not anymore, because it's had way too much bad press. Like,
but
I think
it looks good. I'm sorry, but it looks good, dude. I think this CGI compared to like Snow White, it looks way better, in my opinion. And I don't know why that is, because it still looks like that claymation shit, but it just looks. And I've heard that a lot of these are actual like real like figures that are stand up and stuff that they like kind of CGI to like animate and stuff, which is cool. And just the cursed fucking animals look great. I'm sorry, but they just like the sheep looks fucking awesome, and the llama, and like Jack Black, obviously he's Jack Black, bro. Dude's a stud. You go to a movie to watch Jack Black because he's just funny and he's awesome and he can sing and he brings these like music. Like look at the Super Mario Bros. Song. That shit went viral. Peaches, and now he's got the fucking Mine song. If I hear like, there was a point in time where Minecraft was releasing like parodies, like they did like a Katy Perry like mining away. If I hear that and like this, they better do like crazy Easter eggs in this movie. Like I have been playing Minecraft for a long time, so like I'll probably notice a lot more than I don't know if you've ever played Minecraft at all. But like Hero O'Brien is a big one. If I see him in this movie, that'll be crazy because he was like a theory that he's in the game for like years. Because
funny.
And just like all these other like you could do a thing where you would do like an underscore and then it's Jeb and then like it turns the animal like colorful or something like that and like into different colors. And then like dinner bone, if you put like a name tag on something and call it dinner bone, it flips them upside down. It's just weird. And I hope they like pay homage to all those like cool little Easter eggs in Minecraft. Also, I know we haven't seen anything about the Ender Dragon, but I think the Ender Dragon will be the end boss in this. And honestly, if this movie does good, I could see them doing another one. Because like there's so much more to the Minecraft world now. Like you got the Wither. It's like if you put 3 black skeleton or Wither skeleton heads on like soul sand, it turns into like this, and it's fucking crazy.
Sure.
That thing, and you could spawn it in the real world, so like your whole world gets destroyed basically. They also have the Warden now, which is like a sneaking like mob, so like you have to sneak next to it, and if he hears you, I've only ever encountered him like 3 times, and it's like so fucking strong. He can kill you with like netherite, and I hope netherite's actually in this too. That'd be really cool. But like all the little things, I'm just excited for.
Sure.
Like if I could get like a prop from this movie, yeah, give me the diamond armor. Warner Bros, if you're watching, give me the diamond armor. I want that.
I would, yeah. I hope this. I mean, I hope just fans are satisfied. Like,
I mean, I already got my ticket.
Critics,
so.
Like, screw the critics. Like, you know, we can have any opinion we want. I think as long as those hardcore fans are satisfied with what they do, that's all that matters with a movie like this.
I think it'll perform kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, live action movie. Not the best, but people still like the movie. I feel like this movie looks fun enough, man. It looks fun. Looks like a good time. Like obviously, like I've said this in so many videos, you got to shut your brain off for this one and just kind of vibe with what's happening. Because like it's not going to be a fucking super in-depth movie. Yeah. It's just like fun. Jack Black kicking the shit out of like ugly ass mobs, and
it only has a budget of $150 million.
Yeah,
so it's not a huge budget.
It looks better than Snow White in my opinion. So you know, and the set pieces look great. Like,
I think Lance brings up a really good point. I think it might do a similar thing as Mufasa if they keep it in cinemas long enough. This is a movie they should keep in cinemas for several months, because if maybe parents don't take their kids that opening weekend, maybe they're like, I don't, you know, we're not seeing this. They will eventually take them.
Yeah.
They will, over the course of time, kids will be like, hey, I love Minecraft, Dad. Can we see the Minecraft movie? That might be week 3, week 4, but they will slowly make that income. The only thing against it is what this comes out April, right?
April 3rd.
April, I mean, they have all of April to really basically. There's nothing else really out in April, like nothing.
Yeah, it's free month.
So until Lilo and Stitch, like they're gonna win that like children's box office money. I feel for at least like a month and a half. So
yeah,
I think we'll do well.
I'm excited. I hope it doesn't go to like I know Mufasa went to like online like 30 days after. I hope it has a longer time wait than that.
Mufasa just arrived to Disney Plus like this week.
I think, but Disney Plus is different. I think they like it'll be online like.
Oh, they digital.
Yeah, sure. Digital is like 30 days or something like that. Hope this is a little bit longer, but I also like I'm gonna watch this in theaters, but I'm also gonna do a reaction to it because a lot of people will probably watch this movie online. I would assume. I think it looks great. I think it's fun. I'm a big Minecraft fan, so I've literally I played it earlier today. So
yeah, I've never played much of it. Like I have it, but I never got too much into it, and that's going to be kind of my gimmick going into it, of just like non-gamer watches Minecraft movie kind of thing. So that's going to be fun. I'm curious, like people on the outside of like maybe who aren't as into that game, what do they think? Is it still an acceptable movie?
It's more of a, for me, it's more of like a nostalgia feeling too. Like,
sure, of course.
I have really good memories playing Minecraft, like with friends.
Yeah.
Like I have a clip online that I had, like if you go into the end and you place a bed, since I used to stream, I had a bunch of my viewers play with me, including Baker Boy in the chat. Like he's like my OG like mod. Like, and we're really good friends. Yeah, okay. I've known him for like 5 years now. But we went into the end with like 8 other people. All like a lot of my viewers, it's like a viewer world. And you place a bed in the end, it blows up and you click it, it blows up instantly and like kills you like instantly. Or someone placed a bed and I clicked it and it like blew up everyone basically right as we were about to end the game and fight the Ender Dragon. So everyone is not very happy. But I still have the clip and it's actually so funny to watch because it's just a good memory. Also, I still have like a world from when me and my sister were like 14 and 16. Like just old worlds that you can just hop on and like know what you were doing at that exact point in time. It's kind of like music. Like like Juice World. I play Juice World. I think of like high school. Like it's just like the time period of what you were doing, like playing Minecraft, watching The Walking Dead every week. That's my shit in like middle school, high school.
And I think a lot of people are feeling that nostalgia too. Like it's again, someone who hasn't even like played much of it is like, I know people, you know, like as a kid, you put in that time, that effort, like it's like a job to you almost. You have a nostalgia for it. Yeah, no, 100%.
Some people spend like years on a world, like hardcore, and if you die once, it's game over.
Yeah, I saw on Reddit, it was like one of those like, am I the asshole kind of posts, and like the whole story was like, am I an asshole for like deleting my child's like 100+ hour world? And I was like, as a teenager,
oh my fucking god, dude, I would be so mad.
That's like
okay. There's a YouTuber. There's a YouTuber named Stampy Longnose. Stampy Longnose. Yeah, he sounds like that. He's had a world for like 8 years that he's like been recording every week. And like he has names from like 8 years ago on like boards and stuff. Like it's like that. If you deleted that, like
sure.
You got that like you put like a lot of like with like Fortnite, I put like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 hours into that game. It's just like it means something to me because like
sure.
I'm excited for the movie. It looks great.
It looks fun. Yeah. I hope it lives up to people's expectations.
And I'm going with my little brother, so it's gonna be a good time. Also, a little transition into like talk about zombies. Did you watch the Dead City season 2 trailer?
I did not, but I'm really excited for it.
There's a bear. There's a bear in it.
Is it like a zombie bear or is it just like a bear?
Just a bear.
Okay, interesting. I'm excited.
Also, it surpassed more views than the debut of The Ones Who Live trailer by like
really
1.2 million views. It's at like 3.7 million, and The Ones Who Live is at like 2.3.
I wonder why.
People like Negan.
People do like Negan.
And I love Negan, bro. I used to fucking hate him, bro. Like, I remember the exact time. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
That Glenn died. Dude, because like, I thought Abraham was really the only person that was going to die. And if Daryl doesn't hit Negan in the face, obviously Glenn probably survives. But it's for the comics purposes and stuff like that. I was on my knees, like at my mom's house, because we watched it at my mom's, because my dad stopped watching it after like season 2 because he thought it was the repetitive shit. Which I don't think it got repetitive until like 7 probably ish. Yeah. But I was like on my knees bawling. Even like the first time, the fake out when Glenn died, like when he was under the trash can.
Oh, that was crazy.
Oh my fucking god, bro. Because like that didn't happen in the comics. And that guy, Nicholas, he always pissed me off. And if that was the way he was gonna go, because like finally he like kind of saved Nicholas in a way, like, and then. Fuck, there's so many deaths in that show that like mean so much. Like even like Noah's death in the
oh, I was so sad.
Oh my fucking god.
He should live longer.
And the crazy part is the only reason he survived because of Beth, and she fucking died. So what was the point? It's kind of the same thing with like Carl. It's like why would you kill Carl off because of more money? Like it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's actually bullshit.
It should have been him leading the show after Rick left. It makes so much sense.
It's just sad the fall off of that like franchise is actually crazy. Like we got these spin-offs. obviously the ones who live. The first 4 episodes are like outstanding. I think they're actually like perfect.
Peak
That
Walking
last
Dead.
episode with could you imagine if that's not, or if his other son, the one that is with, we're the ones who live, if that's like Carl and Judith, like how much more that would have like meant to like everyone.
Yeah, that final episode is very disappointing because it's like it feels like they
so fast,
so rushed.
They
I
could have
don't
kept
know.
that girl alive too. The his partner or whatever, his like friend.
Yeah.
But I will say that first episode though, with him like coming back finally and like cutting his fucking hand off, and that shit was peak as fuck. That could have been on like the movie screens. Like that was like really well shot and really well done. And as someone who's been watching it since 4th grade, I've had a lot of ups and downs.
I bet.
Did you ever watch Fear the Walking Dead at all?
That's the only one I haven't seen now. That's the one I haven't got to.
And I only stopped at season 4. So like there was like 4. And it's crazy to think that there was like 4 more seasons of that. Like
I hear it gets bad.
And Strand's great character. Like I heard Strand's really good and Alicia's great. And then it just kind of after my boy Nick is like the son of like the main son, the drug user, like the character you want to like hype up because he's like starts off bad and turns into a hero. The way he fucking whatever. Yeah.
Sure. It's I started The Walking Dead. It was like last year and a half or so.
I remember that
because I missed the Arrowverse stuff so much, and like there was a comparativeness to just like several shows set in the same universe that you can kind of watch yearly and stuff like that, and very similar vibe of like really really good to bad, really good to good to bad, but it's just this up and down sway. I'll say Walking Dead has much higher highs than the Arrowverse has. Like,
and that's kind of my Arrowverse is The Walking Dead. Like
100%.
It's my ride or die show. Like I can go back and watch like season 1 is some of the best like stuff I've ever seen. Like, and it's crazy to me. Like Andrew Lincoln has never gotten like a role in like anything, and it's actually like kind of tragic because this man like can actually act really well. And he's got a lot of heart and emotion. Like he's like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan gets a lot of shit. Like he's in The Boys now. And I hope that they announce that Andrew Lincoln is a character in Invincible season 4.
4. Yeah.
That'd be cool. But I would love to see him in other stuff because I think he's great. Same with like Chandler Riggs.
John Bernthal's in everything now. Yeah.
My guy. Yeah, but he is so good as the Punisher. You watch season 2 of Daredevil, like the prison scene, the court scene. I think he's like the highest in that show. Like he's just the best part. That whole 12-minute prison fight is fucking nuts. And if anyone has never seen that, you need to just go on YouTube and watch it because it's fucking awesome. I'm so glad I watched that show like a month ago.
I'm glad you watched it.
I binged it in like a week. Just every season, just the whole thing in like a week, which that was a lot. I watched it at work too.
I bet. Yeah. Like I was watching / rewatching most of those like Netflix Marvel shows. I got through 8 seasons of them all. I haven't quite finished my journey yet through the last 4, but man, those are a tough binge because they're so dark, they're so gritty. It's like, all right, let's do another one.
I'm tempted to watch Jessica Jones though. I'm tempted to watch that show because
honestly,
I think she's pretty cool.
After season 1. Like I like season 2, I like season 3, but season 1 is I prefer it over Daredevil.
What should I watch? The Flash.
Maybe first 2 seasons. Those are great. The rest,
it's the Star Wars stuff. I don't know if I can handle all the lightsaber shit.
Oh, that's way down. That's season 7. That's season 1 and 2. Season 1 of The Flash is my favorite season of any TV show ever. But that also might just be like nostalgia, very similar to your Walking Dead thing, as I started it in middle school and watched it through high school and stuff like that.
So, are you a gamer at all? Like, do you play a lot of games at all, or no?
Very casually. Like I'll play a Fortnite. I'll play a.
Is there a lot? Like, is there a movie that obviously? I'm assuming they'll probably do a Fortnite movie at some point. That's kind of like which is kind of weird because it has like every character. Whatever. Is there like a game that you would want them to do like a show or a movie?
I mean, my answer would have been Last of Us, but they're doing Last of Us, right? Because that's the perfect. I'm I'm really curious what that Sims movie is going to be, because what the hell are you doing with Sims? Like, that's such a crazy.
Ifaso. Like you could do anything. I mean, you saw my Sims world.
I did. That was crazy.
Um,
Do you have one?
Red Dead Redemption 2, or
That's
Red Dead
good.
Redemption, like in general, I think. I mean, obviously, it's just basic cowboys and like
Mhm.
go to like the good and bad and the ugly, kind of do something like that. But like Red
Mm.
Dead characters, that would be cool.
I agree. We're getting one, but I'm very curious about that like God of War series we're getting. Like that could be very cool.
I wonder who is gonna play him.
Yeah.
Boy, because I would just say this: the guy who the voice acts him now, and obviously people will probably hate him because he's not. He's black. It's like, come on.
Sure.
Still, I don't know. Get a bald dude, I guess. I don't really know who could play him because they fumbled the fuck out of the Halo series.
They did.
And that would have been one that I actually want to see like them do a good job.
Try it again. Yeah. Do a movie.
What else? What other games are there? Fortnite could probably get a movie.
That's gonna be like cameo the movie, I think. Like that'll be like Ready Player One-esque. Just
Zelda movie, probably.
we're getting yeah, I think we're getting one. It's live action, so that'll be interesting.
I'm not an Andor fan, but I've seen some rumors or like theories that Cal Kestis could show up in this, but like they've been saying that for the past like, because he's still in that timeline. I could see him showing up at some point. That would be a crazy reveal though. Like seeing Cameron Monaghan show up as Cal Kestis, dude. I would fucking I would. Call of Duty, maybe.
Ooh. Be interesting.
GTA would be weird. I don't know.
How would they navigate?
I don't know.
I could see like a GTA like animated series or something, like an adult animated something like that could be cool.
Split Fiction, I know they're in the talks of doing a movie of that already, of that game. Split Fiction, it's like a new one by the guys who made It Takes Two or whatever. And then A Way Out. Sure. Smash Bros movie.
Crazy.
What else? What other? I don't even know like video games. Like Assassin's Creed, they tried it. They also fumbled.
They did a couple times, right?
Yeah, they had what's his name? The guy who plays Magneto, young Magneto. Can't think of his name.
Try Witcher again, maybe.
There's a lot of stuff they could do. I mean, it's endless basically, unless you stop making games. Which Donkey Kong Country movie? I mean, we kind of got Donkey Kong in the Mario movie a little bit, right? Wasn't he in there for like a second?
I mean, do like a spinoff from that. I'd watch that.
They're doing Uncharted. Obviously, they did that one already, which I don't actually mind that movie. I think it's okay.
I think it's fun.
I like some stuff. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure as well. It's kind of like a national treasure movie. Like those movies are just like fun, just throw on. Need for Speed, just basically Fast and Furious. Angry Birds is getting a movie, I think.
A third one. Yeah. Mega Man? I'd watch that.
That'd be cool. Because they did like that Mega Man little thing in the anthology series.
Sure.
That was cool. That was like one of the best episodes. And then they did the last one. Disney Infinity. I have like a lot of Disney Infinity characters in my closet.
I never got into it. I really wish I could have though. Fun. It was just I've thought about trying it now because like we have like a buy and sell store in our area. They have all the stuff in there. I've thought about just like here's $200, just buy the whole lot.
All right, one of my last questions I have: is there a movie like a sequel of a live action movie that you like really want, like a franchise that you want to come back to do another one, like another way to go out? Mine's Pirates of the Caribbean, but that's just because like love those movies. If you could bring Johnny Depp into another one,
yeah. I mean, I know you don't like this franchise, but I loved the 2017 Power Rangers. I loved that. I thought that was so much fun. Another franchise. I mean, I would love Andrew Garfield to get another Spider-Man.
That's a good one.
I love Andrew Garfield. Franchises. I don't know. What's something that like never got a sequel that probably needed one?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Lots of good stuff.
Let me look it up. Movies that didn't get sequels. Do you have any more besides the Pirates?
Pirates. I don't know. I don't really have any more.
Sure.
Doing another Jurassic World, so don't worry about that. No, I don't really got one. Just
No.
Pirates.
I feel like everything's been brought back at this point, or so much has. I'm like, well, they've done most of what I wanted.
Yeah. So something new comes up.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this was an absolute blast. Thank you so much. We had like a whole other half of the stream, which was really fun. Draven, thank you so much for doing the show today. This was a blast. Obviously everyone here probably already knows who you are, but if they don't, where can people find you? What you're working on? What's going on?
Just find me on my YouTube at Draven Mayberry. Find me on my other socials at Draven Reacts. What I'm working on. Hoping to get Last of Us early to do to get that started, get my writing started on that. Work in the works. That's about it. I'm not really doing much. Minecraft movie. I'm covering so much content. TikTok's been popping. Just same old shit, you know. Working,
absolutely,
uploading. Just turn
puts
those
in a lot of work on his stuff, guys. So go check out all of his.
I'm tired.
I bet.
Tired.
You have a job. You do YouTube. You have a kid. You have a
100K.
wife.
I'm retiring. It's over.
Get up to 100K, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of what we're working on, after the credits, Monday, like always, we're talking more Daredevil, more Reacher season finale, probably some other ships. And then next week for the pipeline, we're going to be talking more about this Avengers stuff next week. We're going to be ranking all the announcements by anticipation. That should be very fun, so tune in for that. And yeah, without further ado, I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye.